Hello and welcome to the VRchat. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're having a splendiferous day. Let's talk about the online safety bill that's just come in the UK. This is actually a good thing, I see. I myself, when I went onto Discord yesterday, had to verify my age because some of the channels that I'm thinking are not safe for work. Fine. And I chose to do the AI thing where it's scans your face and checks your age, and you can't really get past it with a mask or a selfie or something like that because it actually asks you to open your mouth and things like that. So I'd say people will always get past things, but this is more in place to stop children seeing things that they shouldn't at too young age. I have been a big proponent of always saying that children are over sexualized. Children see things that they shouldn't be. They should be children. Please stay as children as long as you fucking can. The world can be crap out there. There's a lot of darkness out there. But don't force yourself. Don't step into that arena until you're of age, or at least a reasonable age. And so I know there's going to be mistakes with the AI and things like that, but for me it worked fine. And you can also do an ID thing, as all things like that. Lots of options. I'm coming from the point of view of someone who in 1998 used to run an adult fiction website, an erotic fiction website. And one of the biggest battles we had was trying to keep children away. Seriously. I'm not naive enough to think that children won't find bypasses to all these things. If they want to intentionally get to see this stuff, they will. There's nothing you can do. I mean, we as adults like to look down on children and judge them, but the simple fact is, how old were you when you first masturbated? How old were you when you started looking for porn yourself? That's a question only you can answer. This is not a right or wrong thing. Teenagers will be curious about these things, but they shouldn't go into these places by accident. The other part of the bill will fine and make it responsible places like Facebook's and that to monitor the advertisements that happen on their sites. So let's say you go to a normal site like Reddit or anything like that, and you're just browsing through the thing, and all of a sudden an advert fucking comes up for some sex site. No, that shouldn't happen. I am a proponent of when a child's ready and a teenager will explore these things, and you can't stop them, and you can just probably, that's the time when you should definitely have a talk with your children and try to talk to them from the point of view of someone who knows what the real world's like, not what you want the world like, or not what you want your children to be like, what your experiences are, what life is actually like. You can't protect them, can inform them. My mum, when I was, broke the law, probably, yeah. My mum's dead now. Not much can be done about it. When I was 14 years old, by the way, parents, no matter how sneaky you're being, parents will know when you start to masturbate. Like that. Sorry, they will. That could be a mindfuck for you because as children we think we're smart. Children we're fucking smart, and what we're doing our parents don't know. And unless you look after all your bedding and everything else yourself, they'll know. And my mum sat me down, and she actually got me a subscription to Playboy magazine. She said to me, she said, I know what's going on. I know what you're doing. I don't want you to be ashamed of it. And had a Playboy magazine delivered to her house every episode, which was cool. Now, she also said to me, she said, now you're a smart kid. I want you to understand that what you see inside this magazine isn't real. Most of it is fake. She said, the women inside this magazine are painted, makeup. She said they probably have 20 people with them setting things up to make them look as they look in these shots. So don't equate what you see in this magazine as reality. The funny thing is that Playboy magazine was actually fucking cool. It had some awesome stories in it. Sounds really weird, but yeah, it had some fucking really amazing stories and articles in that magazine. I loved it for the articles because they were American articles. They were interesting to me, far more than the actual picture. I mean, so we all know that children will explore these things. And as parents, you can actually guide them and help them and teach them. I'm not suggesting anybody do that these days. But my mum was very progressive and she wanted to make sure that I had a good outlook on things like that. She always taught me about everything that was going on around me. So this bill is a good thing. It won't stop those determined to go forward and explore this side of the internet. Nothing will. Nothing will. Children will be children. But it will stop the accidental stuff and put like a small barrier. And these websites that shift these advertisements or push children towards places they shouldn't be going, they're going to get their asses kicked. It'll be interesting to see how much teeth the actual department has got to enforce these things. So that will be a thing. So, yeah, I am happy, I'm alive, I'm awake. That's just my thought on that.